Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel once again, and today we're in my asteroid hangar looking at my new 325A. Now I've done the cross chassis upgrade from the 300i, and as you can see it looks pretty much the same apart from a nicer paint job. Anyway, we're not really interested in looking at the beauty of the ship at the moment. I'm more interested in looking at the damage states. So let's get into Arena Commander and see how this ship gets blown apart. Well, here we are in my 325A, and it's looking really lovely in Arena Commander at the moment. But I'm afraid it's going to get some punishment pretty soon. Now, first of all, I must apologise for any camera glitches you see in this video. That's beyond my control, and hopefully we should see improved camera and spectator camera controls in Arena Commander 1.0. Now, as you can see, that was over a bit too quick for my liking, and it did take me a while to get the damage I really wanted. Anyway, first of all, I thought I'd just see how the 325A would handle in combat, and apart from the weapon under the nose, which I think is something called, is it something like called the sledge or something? A weird name. That didn't seem to do much damage at all. But the Omimiski, if I pronounce that right, cannons on the wing seem to do the trick. Anyway, let's get to business and get some damage done to the 325A. And I've seen that before on my 300i when I done the video, the canopy behind the cockpit getting blown off. So let's roll that back and have a look at that again in slow motion. Right, we're about to see something I've not seen since my first 300i video. The engine getting totally blown off. Anyway, let's go roll that back and have a look at that in slow motion. Well, that's really nice to see this engine getting totally blown away, and I'm afraid the 325A now is totally helpless. Now, it would have been nice to lose the other wing, but we'll have to wait for that till a bit later on in the video, because sometimes the Vandal just doesn't oblige you and do what you want them to do, because now they're just going to wipe me out. Anyway, that's particularly interesting to see. Now we're in Broken Moon now, so hopefully we'll get some different type of damage states in this map. It's entirely random what happens, and it does take me hours to do these videos. Anyway, hopefully we'll lose a wing or two very soon. Well, we've lost a little bit of the wing, not quite the whole wing I was hoping for. But anyway, let's roll that back and look at that again in the slow motion. What never ceases to amaze me is the pieces of the ship which are actually spinning off into space. Absolutely wonderful. And here we go, losing a wing. Unfortunately, I never had the angle right, but hopefully they'll be back to do the other one, because I'm pretty confident I can lose the other wing. Now, I believe I managed to lose both wings when I done the 350R video. So, of course, a lot of these damage states are obviously pretty common to the 300 series. And there we go. The other wing has gone. So, let's roll that back. And again, I apologise for any camera glitches and have that in reverse and slow motion. Well, I'm flying a totally wingless 325A, but of course it's perfectly flyable. You don't really need wings in space, and they just serve basically as a platform to house your weapons, because now I'm just limited to this not very useful weapon beneath my nose. Anyway, I'm just proving that you can fly with no wings. I wouldn't mind a missile though. So here we are, totally wingless. Now it would be nice if the Vandal would actually get rid of my engine as well, but I'm afraid they wouldn't cooperate, so we've just got to settle for the 325A wingless version. And pretty soon we're going to be totally blown away. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed looking at the damage states. Now it's time for some more Star Citizen Universe news. This week, there's not been too much news around, but the main news of the week is obviously that the $61 million mark has been reached. So, obviously, Chris Roberts has had another letter from the chairman, and in it, with the $61 million mark, this has unlocked the Espira Prowler, which is a a redesigned Tivarian ship. Now, this is from a previous conflict in the past, and basically the Tivarian is another alien race, and the Espira Prowler is going to be a boarding craft, and basically I think it's going to use a lot of stealth in the process of creeping up on other ships and boarding them. So that's going to be another interesting ship, which we will see later on. Now, the community has voted for the next Wave 4 ships that will be a starter ship. So basically what they've done, they've got 4 ships which are candidates, and they've actually put them out to the community to vote for what ship they want to see in game as the 3rd starter ship. Now, at the moment, the Misk Reliant is leading the poll, and that does look a very interesting ship because it's going to be a 2-man starter ship, and that's got about 50% of the vote so far, and that will be getting my vote as well. Arena Commander 0.9.2.1 has been released, and along with a few bug fixes, it's brought into the game the Origin 315p, so that's now flyable in Arena Commander. Now, the monthly report is on the RSI website, and that's really interesting to read because you get news of what all the studios around the world have been working on in the past month, and I recommend that everyone takes a look at that because you get a real insight into what all the studios are working on. Now, if you want really all the news, you should be watching Around the Verse, hosted by Sandy Gardner and Ben Lesnick. Now, particularly found of interest this week, the Bug Smashers segment, hosted as always by Mark Abent, where he goes into detail about some of the new features for Arena Commander 1.0. Now, he was actually smashing bugs related to the radar signatures, and I found that really interesting, and that's one of the upcoming features in Arena Commander 1.0, which will introduce a lot of the stealth mechanics to the gameplay. This week on the RSI store, towels were on special offer for $20, but they're now sold out. But a new batch of 10-inch Constellation models are now available, so if you're interested in a model like this, a 10-inch model of the Constellation, they're available from the RSI website. This month's subscriber flair for subscribers is a liquor cabinet, so you can have your tipple of choice while in your hangar. Let's have a look at how we got on. Now, you should never drink and fly. Well, thank you very much for watching once again, and as always, please don't forget to click the like button, and if you haven't already, it would mean a lot to me if you could consider subscribing. Anyway, until next time, wherever you're watching out in that big universe, you take care, and I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.